Hey everyone, it's Leilani from Covalent, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to build this. So basically, I forked our GoldRush kit NFT template, and this is all of the analytics for a particular collection. I've personalized it to say my NFT gallery, and I can click into each of these NFTs to see a detailed sales history and some attributes and traits of the specific NFT and things like that. This should be a pretty quick tutorial. We're just going to be going through forking the repo, adding some changes, and then deploying it to Vercel. So let's get started. Okay, so first off, you want to start on the GoldRush kit repo. This is public, and this is where all of the templates live. So if you scroll down from here past the installation instructions for GoldRush kit, you'll see templates. And the one I just showed you that we're going to be recreating today or forking and deploying today is the NFT collection gallery. So let's click on this link. And as you can see, there's some info on this template, some examples. There's also a live site so you can see what it looks like, but we're going to be creating our own. So what we're going to do is first off go up here and click fork, and then we'll fork a copy of this so we can work on it. Okay, so the owner is me, my personal account. You want to make sure that it's whatever account you want to work in. And then the repo name, you can just keep it the same. You don't really have to change anything here, but you can change it or add a description if you want. And I'm just going to click create. Okay, so once you fork the template, it should show up in your repos. So it should be your account / GoldRush NFT Gallery. And from here, I'm going to move into working in Terminal and VS Code. So what I'm going to do is click on code up here, copy this URL, and then the first thing I want to do is open up a terminal. So let's open up a new one. And okay, here we go. So the first thing I want to do is just type git clone and then paste that URL. Okay, that's done. So now that I've cloned it, I want to navigate into that directory. So I'm going to do cd GoldRush NFT Gallery UI. And now, okay, perfect, I'm in it. And then I'm going to install my dependencies. So I'm just going to do npm install. Okay, that's done. And now everything else I'm going to do in VS Code because I'm going to create an env file for my API key, and I'm going to make some changes to the template. So let's open up VS Code. I mean, you could do this in Terminal as well, but I prefer VS Code because it's just easier to see it all. So I'm just going to open this because we've already created it. So I can't see because my head is in the way of this recording. Okay, so when I open up my project, I'll see everything that we've just cloned and created. So I have all the app folders. This shows me like the layout, the page. I have the config where I can make some of my changes, which is what we're going to be doing. Styles, etc. You can browse and explore this. And of course, if you have if you want to really alter this template, feel free to do so. For now, I'm just going to be doing some basic changes and deploying it to show you how easy it is to deploy it. So the first thing I want to do is create my env file because I need to put my API key in to authenticate all of the requests that we'll be making in this template. So I don't want it here. I want it. Okay, so in the root of my project, I want to create my env file. So I'm going to go up here and create a new file, and I'm going to type .env.local. Enter, and then I'm going to add in my API key here. So in my env file, I'm going to add my API key like this. You want to make sure it says next public Covalent API key, and then you can put your actual API key in the quotations. And you'll see that in the instructions, this is exactly what we're following. And this is also what we will do in Vercel. Okay, so I put my API key in. Now all I'm going to actually do is just change the name of this to be Leilani's NFT Gallery instead of this GoldRush NFT Gallery UI. This is kind of the only change I'm going to make right now because, as you'll see in the live template, I can actually change all of the styling in there even when it's live, so I don't really need to do much on the back end. Just going to change it to be Leilani's NFT Gallery. Save. And now that I've done that, I'm just going to bring my terminal back up and run this locally. So I'm going to type npm run dev, again, following the instructions on the repo. And then I can copy this local host, and I'll go back to my internet, type this in. And there we go. So when I put in localhost URL, I get here, and you can see it says Leilani's NFT Gallery. So let's explore what this looks like. The contract address is the same. I'm just going to type continue. And then now it shows me the Bored Ape collection, just like it did in the repo that we forked it from, but it says Leilani's Gallery. And as you can see here, if I go into the settings, I can change the colors and things like that to personalize it a little bit. But what I want to do now is actually change the collection. So for instance, if I'm an NFT artist and I wanted to create my own site to show my own collection dashboard, things that have like the analytics and the sales history and insights into the attributes of my NFTs, I could do that by putting in my own NFT contract or NFT collection address into my project instead of this one. Personally, I really like the Invisible Friends NFTs, so I'm just going to change it to show those because I'm really familiar with them. So to change the NFT collection, I'm going to go into the app folder, and then I'm going to go into the page file. And if you scroll down, you'll see NFT address here. So that's the collection address that's just hard-coded right now to go to the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection. But I'm going to copy and paste the Invisible Friends address from Etherscan and use that one. So in here, I'm just going to change out the address, copy the one that I like, and save it. Now when I go here, and now when I go back to my local host, it's going to show my updated address. I'll click continue, and this shows me my Invisible Friends collection. I'm going to redo it to pink because that's what I like. Okay. So now you've seen how we can change the name and the contract address. Now let's see how we could actually deploy this to Vercel. So if you go back to your repo that you've forked this from, you'll see underneath some of the images, it actually has a deploy to Vercel button that you can click on. So I'm just going to do that because I already have a Vercel account. If you don't, make sure you have a Vercel account. So when I click that button, it's going to take me here in my Vercel dashboard. It's going to prompt me to create a new Git repository, but I actually just want to import the one that I have already been using. So I'm just going to click import on this, and make sure if you have multiple accounts that you're in the correct one. So now you're just going to configure your project, and I'm not really going to change anything except for this. In the environmental variables, you also have to put your API key in here, and it's important that it's named the same as it is in your project. So in this case, I'm going to do next public Covalent API key, and then I'm going to add my actual API key and add. So I added my API key and then I just click deploy. It's really simple, and as you can see, it's starting to deploy my site. Now, what we're going to see is that my changes haven't really been pushed yet, so I'm going to go back into my terminal and push all of my changes to main, and then it'll update my live site. Okay, so that takes about a minute typically, and then when the deployment's completed, you'll see this very nice little screen, and you'll see what it looks like, and yeah, I can continue to dashboard. And now let's actually visit this site because I'm pretty sure, as you will see, my changes aren't live yet. So I still have to go back into my terminal and push those, which will then redeploy and they'll show up. So let's just click visit so you see what it looks like. So yeah, what we've deployed here is just the basic standard template without my changes to make it Leilani's NFT gallery, and without my change of the contract address. So let's just go back to Vercel, and then let's go back to my terminal. So let's just go back to the terminal, and then I'm going to do Control C. I'm back in my directory, and now I'm going to push my changes, I'm just going to type git add and then a period. And then I'm going to do git commit -m. And then in quotations, you can type whatever your commit message is. So I'm just going to say my changes because I'm really bad at those. It's going to show you that I've changed 2 files. And then we're just going to do git push origin main. So that's pushing my changes to main, and if I go back to Vercel, I'll see on the bottom here it says building my changes, which was my commit message, so it's actually just going to update the changes that I made, and then we'll go and check those out. Okay, and it says ready, so I'm just going to click visit. Cool, so now it says Leilani NFT Gallery. I guess I didn't put Leilani's, I think I just put my name, whoops. And that is the Invisible Friends collection, so if I click continue, it's going to take me into my own collection dashboard. So the main point of this, again, is you can showcase any collection. It doesn't have to be one that you like. It could be your own personal. So this could open up a lot of doors for artists that want to easily deploy their own live site to show their NFTs. And again, when you click into any of these cards, it opens up a whole bunch of details on the individual NFT, like how it's been performing in the market and the attributes and things like that. You can also see up here some total stats for the collection. So this is the market volume and the floor price. And again, you can go into these settings and you can customize this whole thing. So you can change the look of this site. Personally, I like the pink one. And yeah, that's how easy it is. So really, to recap, you pretty much fork the template, add your API key, make any little changes you want, and deploy to Vercel. I encourage you to try this out, so check out the main GoldRush kit repo and see what you can build, and stay tuned for more template videos as well, because we have a DEX one coming and a block explorer and probably some more after that. So thanks for watching.